Well, hi there and welcome to this week's What's the Word. We got Group 1 action for you upcoming as well. Looking forward to that. Before then, let's join our panel. We got Nicola McGeady from Ladbrokes. How are you, Nicola?
Yeah, really good. Went to Laytown last night. First time there. It was interesting.
It was actually on during the day. It wasn't a night meeting.
It felt like an evening meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Johnny.
Johnny Ward is here as well, as you may have noticed, interrupting our guests. And also Brendan Duke. You were actually all at Laytown.
We were all at Laytown, yeah.
Independently.
Luckily, I didn't bump into you because,
Great meeting, isn't it?
Well, I thought it was very interesting. I'd never been there before, and
Did you go down to the beach to get right up?
I did for one of the races. And it's a beautiful spot. And then we went to a nice bar afterwards.
The Guinness tent?
No, a bar in town afterwards to just reprise the day's action. Lovely bar, not too bright, not too dark, hard one to pull off. Yeah. And then I bonded with a Dutch fella at a urinal in that very bar.
In Bowes?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
How did you bond with the Dutch fella in the urinal?
Well, what happened was it was a urinal made for two.
I know, it's the trough type operation. Yeah.
And there's a line right down the middle.
Yeah.
And some clown was in there aiming for the middle. So it was only made for one because of him.
At an angle.
Well, no, because he was standing right in the middle, so there was no room either side of him. So the poor Dutch guy, because obviously Holland is a highly functioning society. This blew his mind altogether. So he's just sort of looking at me, and I'm waiting as well. Now your man did shuffle over midstream, which is perilous. But anyway, he
stretch.
Yeah, he managed to get over, and the Dutch guy got in. And then as he's going, he says to him, "All yours." And the Dutch guy said to me, "What does he mean by that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's kind of like when Jean-Luc Picard says, 'The bridge is yours.'" That's all. I don't know what he meant. All yours.
I'm so glad I'm a woman.
My first...
you're going to miss out and that kind of stuff. Then
my first Juki-related story was how, I remember Bruce Middleton asking you, how was your week? And you were like, on a podcast, this was a bad week. I went to the toilet in work yesterday and there were 3 urinals and there was one guy there and even the middle urinal. And this really did affect your week.
Yeah, well, women obviously know how to handle these situations, but men's bathrooms are a minefield.
I've never been to the beach, by the way, and it cost me the price of a few holidays until yesterday.
Yes, it was your first trip to the beach.
I've never been to the beach where it's cost me the price of a few holidays.
Oh, okay.
Until yesterday.
Okay.
But onwards and upwards. It's going to be a good weekend.
Okay, good weekend. I suppose we'll start with Saturday and the September Stakes up first. It's the return of Enable. I suppose she's probably expecting a complete nutter cakewalk, Group 3 in the all-weather in September. But Crystal Ocean's in her, so how did it bet, Nicola?
Yeah, what a clash it's going to be. We're top price, actually, about Enable at 8.13. She's not actually the best horse in the race in official ratings, although Crystal Ocean does have a penalty. Obviously, we have to take fitness on trust, but it's not going to be a penalty kick with Crystal Ocean, who is in there at 13-8. And I just doubt Frankie's going to give Enable a hard time. She's not going to lose anything in coming second in this race, and with the Arc very much the main aim, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a minor upset in Crystal Ocean.
Minor upset. Well, I'm sure Enable has told John Gosden she is ready to run, as all his horses do. So, Juki, do you think Enable's going to account for Crystal Ocean here?
I think she probably will. I'd say those prices are spot on, actually. I don't think they'll fluctuate much. It's a month to the Arc, so I don't know a whole lot about training horses, but I imagine she'd have to be fairly straight a month out from her main target. And the £8 is huge. That is just an awful lot of weight to concede to a horse that you're officially rated a pound better. And you could argue the toss over whether the
last time Enable ran, he was only rated 114, and now he's rated 129. She's 128. So, and unpenalised because his better runs have been since March 31st. So.
Yeah, it was absolute gags when they reopened the race, though, I thought. Yeah. So they get the race of the century as far as that, and then they reopen it. Obviously, it's just an automatic trigger when a certain amount of horses run, but I thought it was funny when they reopen it. What are you looking for exactly?
Yeah, exactly. A weekend is probably looking for a few more pounds to get into the Melbourne Cup, but aside from that, what about you, Johnny? What do you make of this?
It's incredible. You could say nearly the 2 best middle distance horses in training, or thereabouts anyway, in these parts running in the Group 3. I couldn't really have a bet, to be honest. I don't know how forward Enable's going to be. It's been a long time. She's clearly going to be. She can't be 100% because that's going to not suit in terms of Paris. I was lucky to be in Sean T last year when she was there, and she's an amazing filly. In fairness to her, but would you back her at 8-13? Just even in receipt weight, I'm going to take a chance on Weekender here because Now, if he's sacrificed to really like make it a very, very hard pace for her, obviously we're in stuck. But like if you're getting 12, 14 to 1 on him each way, he stays much further than this. He's very, very tough, and he just might eke out if there is a bit of a hole in her. What about Longchamp, by the way, this year? It's like 60 nicker in, I think. I remember.
Yeah, it used to be like €8.
It used to be €6 one time, but at the same time, it'll be worth paying in if she reappears in the form she was in last year.
Yeah, well, her potentially see a class as well. Two pretty nice fillies, to be fair.
Absolutely.
Anyway, you with or against Enable? With or against?
I'm very much on the fence at 8 to 13, to be honest.
Okay, Juki, with or against Enable?
Yes, I think she'll win.
Nicola?
Probably with her, yeah.
Yeah, okay, doke. Let's move on to the other group race on the card at Kempton at 4:25 is the 188 Casino. Serenia Stakes, Group 3 contest over 6 furlongs for 2-year-olds. What do you make? How do we bet in this, Nicola?
Yeah, well, price will be up a bit later on today. Concheck probably be 5 to 4 favourite. Quiet Endeavours 3 to 1. Junius Brutos 9 to 2. Kessar 11 to 2. Clive Cox obviously is the favourite here. He put in a very good performance at Glorious Goodwood at the start of last month. Came fourth in the Richmond Stakes, and he just seems to run consistently well. So deserved favourite, I think.
Yeah, second advertised before that as well. Would you be taking 5 to 4 with this fella who gets beaten quite a lot?
I probably wouldn't. I'd probably watch it, but they found a really good spot for him here because, as Nicola said, he's consistent, and a repeat of either of those last 2 runs. I mean, he's running against a horse who's won his last 2 nurseries. That's the second Fav stepping into group company. I think if he repeats either of those last 2 runs, he'll win. Yeah,
can you see past Concheck here, Johnny?
I think it's harsh to see he gets beaten a lot. You know, he's a good horse, and he's honest. I don't think it was a great renewal of the Richmond Stakes by any means.
But you just said it's not a great renewal, and I just said he gets beaten a lot. But okay,
this is a winnable race. So for compare this Group 3 to the other one on the card. Now, obviously, you're not going to like Quiet Endeavour will give him a beautiful toe into the race, and I think he'll pick him up, and I think he'll be bigger than 5-4 as well. Yeah, at least at some stage.
Fair enough. Let's move on to the Group 1 action on Saturday then. Of course, it is the Sprint Cup and another returning hero, the belled Harry Angel. How do we bet in this one, Nicola?
Yeah, Harry Angel is clearly the one to beat. It's just been one-way traffic. Nobody else is getting a look in. Harry Angel's 5 to 4. Yeah, he didn't win at Royal Ascot, but I'm putting a line through that. He just doesn't seem to like Royal Ascot. It's the one meeting. It's the only time he's ever been beaten. Always comes at Royal Ascot, and he just looked as good as ever when he returned at York. James Garfield is on the drift. Was obviously supplemented for the race. Out to 8 to 1 now from 13 to 1, or from 13 to 2, with the Tin Man coming in as second favourite at 7 to 1.
Good stuff. Well, on that Harry Angel getting beaten at Ascot, right? He's 5 out of 10 in his life. 5 out of 5 away from Ascot. 0 from 5 at Ascot. So what do you make of his chances here at Haydock this year?
Oh, the only thing that can go wrong, and in fairness, it's gone wrong twice in his last 3 runs, is he blows it at the start. Yeah. If he gets out of the stalls, I'd say he could win by as far as last year. I know it was heavy ground last year, which accentuates the distance. But if he gets out of the stalls unscathed, he's an absolute certainty. He gave 2-length beating and £5 to Brando and Sir Dancelot. Yeah, I mean that is just outrageous for him.
Yeah, can't see past him.
So do you think 5 to 4 is a good price then? I think it is.
Unusually, I don't normally like to bet at less than 2 to 1, but I will be having my max bet on him tomorrow in the hope that he doesn't blow it in the start.
Are you going to wait until literally they close the doors behind him, or are you?
You see, they put him in last, so that's quite tricky, isn't it?
I'm just imagining you standing at the counter like one of those slow count lads.
Oh yes, well of course they do the no more bets thing now in the bookies. I might do that actually.
Yeah. The old sneaky.
I might just be standing there. I know the no more bets will only be 5 or 6 seconds over that trip, but that should be enough if I just stand there.
Hopefully there's a dog race going off at the same time. You can let on the dog or do a double or something. You'd like that price, wouldn't you? The erroneous one on the app. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? The app erroneously gives him as 11 to 1 when I think it might be 11 to 10. But
it probably is.
I backed him first 4 the last day, so I was absolutely sick. But his work has been impeccable according to the trainer, and he's a ball of energy, and his price will contract dramatically if he gets out. And just everything goes straight forward. I think he'll win.
You will win.
Yeah.
There's nothing else, basically nothing else you can put up as a
I think Taz Lead on his day is well capable of giving him a race, but he's held by him.
Good stuff. And you're a max bet on the Harry?
Yes. Taz Lead is interesting because there's 10 mils of rain coming in Haydock tomorrow, so that should probably, if that arrives, it's on the easy side as it is, that'll make it soft ground. Yeah. He might be a bet winner come second, that's a shout. Good
stuff. Right, let's move on to the rest of Saturday. Anything jumping off the cards for you on the Saturday racing action, John?
Yeah, I like one at Navan. If I get the time here, Connie Call mile and 2, the Gorman Lock Apprentice Handicap. A horse who is rated much, much higher relative to his flat mark, which is 49. Gavin Ryan claims 2. He's a lovely drawn 5. Massive fan of Navan as a track. I like how you've such time to get yourself going in the straight.
Yeah.
And if he comes in, he stays well. He just looks seriously well handicapped. So I'd be slightly worried about Wave Point, the Cromwell horse. But Connie Hall has a massive chance, I think. Might nap of the day.
Anything else for you on Saturday, Cheeky?
I have 3. Have we time for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Okay, the 10 mils in Haydock hopefully will arrive for Floating Artist in the 3 o'clock. The Fav is by Scat Daddy, so the rain is unlikely to suit him. This horse won first time up at Goodwood for Hannon unexpectedly. Well, Hannon doesn't really wind them up first time anymore, so they're always almost unexpected debutant winners. Didn't handle the track, completely clueless, but once the penny dropped, the form hasn't been tested, which is a bit of a worry, but he looked like a proper horse, and he's around 9-2.
What's the name of the horse?
The horse is Floating Artist.
Floating Artist.
Yes.
A bit like yourself. Go on.
In the 245 at Ascot, I think the international stakes holds the key to this. That was over course and distance about 6 weeks ago, and both Chessman and Spanish City were unlucky for different reasons in that race. They're 12-1. I might split mistakes on those.
Yeah.
I thought that they were both slightly overpriced. And the 355 one for the pedigree buffs, this Midi,
Oh, yes.
who's by Frankel
related
at
to
midday.
Did it very
Turn
nicely
and all
last time.
And probably beat a useful horse as well.
Looked a good race, yeah.
This horse, I thought he would be favoured. He's currently 9-2 second favourite. Now the favourite is 4-1, so it's marginal, but I thought he'd go off clear Fav, because off 88, there must be a real chance this horse is chucked in.
Good stuff. Anything for you in the Saturday cards, Nicola?
No, I'm just listening to these two
Good
experts
stuff.
in the middle.
We're all learning.
Talk
We're all
about
learning.
urinals.
On to Sunday, and we got a reader or a viewer question rather. Would you believe that? Yeah. So we got into on Twitter. So a viewer request from Guy Dufton, who's at Dufftonic982. Is that a Simpsons reference? Perhaps Duff Tonic? No, Duff.
Duff Tonic, play on Duff Beer maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, who's coming over to Listowel, and he wants a couple of horses to back at the Listowel. Are you guys going to Listowel?
I was going to go, I'm actually in Killarney for the weekend, and I was going to go over there thinking that I might have an involvement, but probably I might be actually there on the Saturday.
Okay.
But it's a good meeting, yeah. Track where you really have to be up at the pace.
Yeah.
But unusually, the ground is going to be much, much better than you would
Normally
expect.
is,
It can be practically unraceable
Yeah,
down
it's
there,
hot,
you know.
deep often.
I think Listowel, even though you'd still consider the ground at some of the tracks now, some are soft. When it gets soft at Listowel, it's proper soft.
It's a completely different definition, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the case this year. And looking at the fields on Sunday, it's going to be a very well supported meet.
Good stuff. Anything for you on Sunday? Or
I do
anything
like
for
one
our
on
friend
Sunday.
Duff Tonic
Gavin
or
Cromwell's Asley Dawn won a moderate contest at Downpatrick. And then I backed it in Wexford. I don't know how it got beat, but it was second. Stepping up and tripping a top weight and a moderate mare's handicap hurdle.
So that's in the 345?
That is in the 345 under Ger Fox.
Did you see anything on Sunday at Listowel to interest you?
Unfortunately, summer jumping is a foreign country to me, Tom, so I didn't see anything. I had one for the Kerry National.
Oh, yes. Actually, I think Nicola's betting on the Kerry National. Go on.
We are, yeah, looking further ahead. Noel Mead is 3 in the race, including the favourite Snow Falcon, who we make 13-2, of course, came 4th at Galway in the plate behind Clarkham. Willie Mullins also is well represented with Galway hurdle runner-up Blazer, who's 7-1. And I like Jury Duty at 7-1 for Gordon Elliott, who's got 6 entries in the race. He's looking to win this 3 in a row, I think. And Jury Duty was 3rd actually in the Galway plate, and is the best rated of Elliott's horses there. So I think Jury Duty will be very popular.
10 points for who was favourite for the race this time last year.
The Kerry National.
Yeah.
I mean,
Deathly
seriously, I'm in
silence.
complete flat mode now. I couldn't tell you that.
Coney Gree.
Coney Gree. Oh, of course, yeah, Coney Gree.
On another note,
Do you have, can we actually get to Brendan's selection in the Kerry National there before you
Oh yes,
go into the story, Johnny?
it's slow motion.
Slow motion,
the
yeah.
ground went against her in
Joseph
Galway,
O'Brien's horse, yeah.
but she is definitely well handicapped. Should get better ground on Wednesday, and she's around 14-1. Probably
Yeah,
lower
decent price.
Yeah.
Andrew McNamara did his thing with the jockeys after the race, one word, and and Barry Geraghty was like it was slow motion, you know. But Willie Mullins, right, has 120 grand made in prize money over jumps already this season. The season hasn't started. And my other stat, who is second top trainer in terms of winners?
Joseph O'Brien?
Henry de Bromhead.
Henry Drummond, yeah.
So Henry's horses are flying it, and definitely one to keep on sides in the soul.
Yeah, any others for the Listowel over the course of the week? Anything jumped out at you, or you've heard anything that you think I might have a good chance?
Maybe later on in the week. But I have to keep Stum for the time being.
Okay, doke.
Yeah.
Obviously, Landline is one. Of course, the week they won well at Roscommon, and they are looking to target a handicap on Monday, I think. And by the way, Sir Eric is entered up in a couple of handicaps as well. So Guy, horse won very well at the Curragh last time out, and I'm surprised, to be perfectly honest, he's entered in handicaps. He only got a mark in 92, and he's surely better than that.
That 3-year-old hurdle on Sunday is not a bad race. Parisian of Edward O'Grady's did the job. I really like the way he finished his race from Roscommon. I think he could be up to define the penalty there in a. I think we might have 3 previous winners in the race, but it's a decent enough race. But he looks a nice hurdler in the making.
Good stuff. Well, thanks for that. Right, it's time for our best bets of the weekend then. So Ladbrokes go best odds guaranteed on multiples in shops from 12 till 2 every day. So Nicola, we'll start with you. Your multiple for the weekend, and firstly your best bet.
This is pathetic.
Okay.
I'm going for, I think it's going to be a
Don't bring it
terrible
up too much,
weekend
Nicola.
for the bookmakers. And I really like Enable. I love Harry Angel and I like Contract, so I'm just going to stick them all in a treble.
There you go. Yeah, why not?
Sorry.
Harry Angel is the nap. Unfortunately, I haven't got the time to hand, Tom.
4:15 in the Sprint Cup.
Thank you very much. 4:15. Harry Angel is the nap, and I will do a Trixie around him with Floating Artist in the 3 o'clock at Haydock and Midi in the 3:55 at Ascot.
Very good. Right, Johnny.
I'll give the nap as Connie Hall, and my into the double we'll put the Angel, Harry Angel.
Good stuff. I'll put up First Response as my best bet of the weekend there at Navan in that 4:45. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back again next week for more What's the Word.